Prosecutors in a Boulder courtroom said today that the King Soopers shooter planned his deadly rampage for months and that he knew what he was doing was wrong.
He puts his hands up, and in response to law enforcement demanding that he surrender, he says, "I surrender, I give up." The police can't hear it because he's still off to the side. But the people hiding in the pharmacy, praying that they're not going to get killed, they hear him say, "I surrender, I give up." That's how you're going to answer the question of, did he know the difference between wrong and right?
The gunman's defense team admits he did it, but say he was delusional, hearing voices and not in control of his own actions.
And sanity is asking that a severely ill person who was untreated when they committed even the most horrendous of criminal acts be placed in a cage and not in a hospital.
The shooter has pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity. Now it will be up to jurors to determine whether he was sane on that day. This afternoon, after opening statements, we heard the first testimony in the trial.
And even though it's not in dispute whether the defendant was the shooter, prosecutors called witnesses who described the sequence of events that day. Kevin Vaughn from our 9 News Investigates team was in court today, and he joins us from Boulder. And Kevin, some of this testimony pretty dramatic.
Very dramatic. Evan and Kim, many of the people that testified this afternoon are really lucky to be alive. But there was one witness who had an experience unlike anyone else's. Nevin Stanisic had just finished a repair job in that shopping center and returned to his van in the parking lot. It was 2:29 p.m. on March 22nd, 2021. Stanisic was on the phone with a co-worker, Johnny Sean. Sean took the witness stand this afternoon and described what he heard when the gunman approached Stanisic's van and killed him.
How would you describe his tone at that point in the conversation?
Surprised.
And what exactly did he say?
What the
And what'd you hear immediately after that?
Boom, boom, just gunshots echoing.
And what was the next thing you heard over the phone?
It sounded like running water, like a spilled drink or something like that. And then 3 more shots, not as close.
Sean testified that he initially thought Stanisic had gotten busy with something, wasn't really aware of what had happened. Later on, though, when Stanisic didn't show up at a planned meeting at another job site, Sean became concerned. That's when he checked his phone and found a story about the shooting at the Boulder King Soopers and realized that his colleague may have been a victim. Live in Boulder, I'm Kevin Vaughn, 9 News.